Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another Master Duel video. Today we'll be showcasing you if it's worth crafting Darklords. Danklords? I'm calling them Danklords because they're pretty dankly bad. Because, well, the first reason why you want to craft the Darklords is because of this one card, this Forbidden Droplet card is in the pack. And you'll casually get all the Darklords by the time you get 3 droplets. I only got 2 droplets, but I heard that there's a bundle coming out. They're replacing the Ash bundles, and you can get a Forbidden Droplet, Imperm, and a Nibiru, I believe. Apparently there's leaks for that. But yeah, this is the deck I'm running for the Danklords. This is mostly pure. It's got a DPE in it, because that's what everyone's doing these days. They're just putting DPE in every other deck. Not in every other deck, just literally every deck basically. But yeah, this deck runs pretty well. It's kind of like if you go first, your goal in the deck is to kind of like summon Darklord on the enemy turn and become a budget prank kids deck. If you go in second, you can do some Dralubion, Numeron Dragon OTK kind of shenanigans, or you can OTK with Morningstar summoning a crap ton of monsters. But other than that, yeah, that's basically it. And sometimes you win from DPE, sometimes you win from the other extra decks, sometimes you win from just beating them down with these giga, like 2k to 3k attack beaters, which are pretty decently strong. Overall, this deck is pretty decent. You'll have a lot of fun with it, but it's not very competitive, this pure version. I haven't won a lot of games with this, but I will only show you guys wins because that's what YouTubers do. Why it's a good craft is because you get to craft, Reasoning. Reasoning is in a few decks actually, and also Allure of Darkness, which is also a staple for a lot of decks as well. But anyway, let's get into the deck. Firstly, we're running the DPE package, Celestial, which is a Pot of Greed, a Dasher, which is a special summoning, which is really good for this deck as well, because you can special summon when this card's in the graveyard, one of these Giga monsters. 2 Fusion Destinies for the DPE package, and 1 Verde Anaconda, which will summon said DPE. We're running 1 Angels 01. It's a good extender. 1 Ukobak, because this is because of this card, Indulge Darklords, which will allow you to special summon 1 Darklord monster to your opponent's side, and then you can add 1 card to the hand, and this will make Morningstar summon more stuff because it allows for more effect monsters your opponents control. You can summon 1 extra Darklord from your deck. But yeah, this is your normal summon, this Indulged Darklord. Darklord Amadeus is... So majority of the Darklords have an additional effect of you can pay 1,000 life points and you can activate a spell or trap in the graveyard. And they also have an initial effect, which for this one, Amadeus is which allows you to discard this card plus another one to add 1 Darklord card from your graveyard back to your hand. This is good to recycle the Morningstar. Nastus is a starter of this deck. You can discard 2 Darklord cards. This includes spell and traps to be able to special summon this card into the field, and you can also pay 1,000 life points to activate stuff. Darklord 02 is a little bit different, okay? This is a level 8 because of the extra deck package that I'm running, which is the Dralubion, Numeron, or Heart Earth Dragon. You can also run in this instead of Heart Earth Dragon, Hope Ranger. If I can spell it, Hope. This guy, Hope Harbinger. This gives you a spell card negate instead of Heart Earth Dragon, but I don't have it. But yeah, it's back to 02. He's a little bit different in the sense that if you have 4 or more dark monsters, you only need to tribute 1 monster, and its other effect is to send 1 dark monster from your hand to the graveyard, destroy all other opponents, your monsters your opponent controls, and during your end phase you have to destroy this card, which is a little bit different, but it can come in handy. Darklord Superbia is the UR the one-off UR. You can run 2. Some people run 2. When this card is special summon from the graveyard, you can target 1 fairy type monster in your graveyard, which is all the Darklords, and you can special summon that target. This allows you to extend with Monster Reborn and also Darklord Contract, but you cannot use the monster effect to activate this. So for example, if this is in your graveyard, you can't use this because this card, because it's old, it will miss its timing for because it's old. Because this will be the last thing that this will go back into the deck because of this Darklord effect, so it won't activate. This one allows all your fairy type monsters to inflict piercing damage, and also it's got to pay 1,000 life points. Tesk is a discard to protect your Darklord cards from destruction one time. Sideshow is a extender. It's basically like a pot of greed. Not really, actually. You discard this card and another one, so you discard 2 and you draw 2. So you go even, but you put some stuff in the graveyard, which allows you to extend with Monster Reborn and stuff. And then you have 1 Morning Star because it's the boss monster. When you summon a Darklord with this, you can become a budget Prank Kids Battle Battler. And also every time you can special summon some guys. He's also got an end effect where you can excavate the top couple of cards depending on how many Darklords you control, and each Darklord monster Darklord card you mill, you get 500 life points back. I'm running Monster Reborn. Some people are also running this card called Foolish Burial. The Foolish Burial is very good in this deck. It allows you to send a monster from your deck to the grave, which is usually this card or any card. It can be this card because you can reborn it into another reborn, for example. Reasoning is very good because all these cards are giga leveled and you can summon like a level 8 monster from your deck. Cheating out. Allure of Darkness I'm running at 2 because I sometimes find I just can't banish. I'm not banishing too many Darklords is bad. Banishment of the Darklord is you just add 1 to your hand. This one is the Darklord's Monster Reborn. We already went through Fusion Destiny. Lightning Storm for when you go second, Call to the Grave to counter hand traps. Forbidden Droplets because, you know, Forbidden Droplets is pretty decent. And Darklord Rebellion and our Darklord spells. This will allow us to send 1 Darklord monster from your hand or face up on the field, destroy 1 card. If this card is activated from the graveyard via a Darklord Zychel effect, you don't need to do the cost of it because you already paid 1,000 life points. Same with the other cards, you don't need to do the cost of this. So all the cards, if you play this normally, you have to use a Darklord. You have to send the Darklord to the graveyard. This one is a Mind Control, Dark Enchantment. The Sanctified Darklord is a negate plus life point gain, and the last one, Uprising, is your fusion spell to get your first Darklord. For the extra deck, we're going to run 1 DPE, 2 Darklords. DPE, you know, self-explanatory, very, very strong card. Lumon Dragon, Drulugon, Hot Earth Dragon. Remember, you can reuse Harbinger too. Hope Harbinger. We want to use 2 Condemned Darklords. Basically, for the combo of this deck, is you want to try to special summon. You want to keep your normal summon basically and try to summon this card out, because doing this allows you to banish cards from your graveyard to normal summon your Morning Star, and then you can go for a big Morning Star play from there. You want to run IP Masquerina. You want to go for Anaconda. Unicorn is your standard stuff. I'm running Blackluster Soldier. This can come in handy sometimes. Appaloosa is pretty decent. You do flood the board sometimes. But I feel like this deck, you either flood the board like a lot, or you just never flood the board. You have nothing. You like use your whole hand to summon like 2 monsters, which is really, really sad. As is Cold Talker and Underworld Goddess is your standard stuff. But this pure version is complete garbage. The next deck I'll be showing you guys will be the way to play the Darklords moving on to the future, because it's just so good. It's so consistent. It just is. It doesn't have the interruptions like negates and stuff, but it's just very strong because it just takes your opponent's resources away and kind of whittles them down slowly. So this deck is why you want to craft Darklords, because it's actually a really good engine for Despia currently, because these are all fairy type non-fusion monsters that are mostly level 8 or higher. This will allow for great plays with Despia Theatre of the Branded, because you can fusion summon a level 8 with it. Other than that, if a face-up non-fusion fairy monster you control leaves the field by a card effect or is destroyed, you can target 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is great because our deck's full of non-fusion fairy types. Don't mind the extra deck for now. I'm just showing you stuff. I'll explain that in a second. You can run Super Poly. Super Poly is a good craft, guys. And but yeah, let's go through the deck. You want to use Despier Tragedy. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, you can add 1 Despier monster from your deck. This is a decent card. I only run 1 of it. 1 Uko back, because Uko back is the one to give to the opponent, but sometimes it does come in handy where you can send 1 dark monster in it. I'm running 1 Fallen Outburst because I didn't have 2 Jesters. This is another good normal summon. This allows you to go into your fusion stuff. Jesper allows you to go into your search for your fusion stuff, and also it gives you a negate. Oh, I forgot about the Indulge. We got 3 Indulges is your normal summon for the Darklord side of things. Amdus allows you to recycle your Morningstar. Superbia allows you to extend. Dermatage allows you to negate and also special like fusion summon stuff. Classic Tesk allows you to protect your stuff. Zychel is to draw again. Monster Reborn, but this can be a Foolish Burial. Reasoning, Allure of Darkness. Most of these are familiar, but I've taken out 2 or 3 of the spell trap cards because these 2 are the best ones, the Rebellion and the Negate. Branded in red is your fusion cards to allow you to get your Darklord. But just overall, this deck is much better. It's way more consistent than the pure Darklords. So yeah, but I'll just show you guys why it's good, and yeah, I'll show you 2 clips. I'll show you pure Darklords, and I'll show you what is it? The Despier Darklords. This one. So for the extra deck, you want to run Mud Dragon. These are like roughly what you want to run for the deck. I don't really understand them just yet. I haven't played this deck a lot, but I know it's very good for the Fusion Festival and in general. And you can keep this package as well, and then also some of the link package you want. I'm just showing you everything that you want to have. That's why it's a 17 card extra deck. But overall, this is the general stuff you want to put into your extra deck, because I'll be mainly playing this on the Fusion Festival, and that'll be it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the gameplay. So this is the best occurrence of what could happen when you're playing a pure. Remember, this is the pure Darklord deck. This is the best occurrence of what can happen with a Darklord. It's very RNG dependent. It's not a very consistent, right? And you just open up ridiculously well, which is very funny. Which is I destroy all spell and traps with my Lightning Storm. This will allow me, and then I'll go into Reasoning. Remember, this is what you want to do with the Darklords. You want to be able to save your normal summon. You want to save your normal summon so you can normal summon with Condemned Darklord on the field to banish cards from the graveyard to summon Morningstar. So he ashes my first Reasoning, but luckily I got the second one. I get my Nasta now, and I'll get my I'll use my banishment to get my Zychel. Zychel will allow me to discard my Superbia to draw 2 cards, and now I can extend now with the Darklord Contact, which was a very good draw to special summon Superbia, which will allow me to get the Zychel, and now I've got enough material to get my Condemned Darklord. But you can also use remember, you can use the monster effects to return stuff from the graveyard first, which will get me the Condemned Darklord, right? This is good. This Condemned Darklord will activate its effect, which will discard my Uprising, which now it's active, to get my Morningstar. And I'll use the other effect of Condemn to banish to get my Morningstar. This is a normal summon still. It's not a special summon, it's a normal summon, which will allow me to go into the face of this guy. So I go into my attack phase. He did something awkward, right? He goes... He just did something awkward. He chose the wrong thing to negate the attack on, and it allows me to attack him into the face with all these Heartbeaters, and I can sacrifice all of these cards to get my Darklord. And because I used my Morningstar to use it, I could have destroyed all his monsters again. but he just doesn't have any monsters, so I just used that as a extension to do another 4k damage to him, which is the best case scenario with this deck, by the way. There is no this is the best case scenario with the deck against a great top tier deck in Sky Strikers. But in most cases, guys, this does not happen. I usually lose very, very badly. I usually use my whole hand to special summon one Naston, which is extremely bad. So be careful with the pure ones. I've seen some people do well with the pure Darklords, but for me it just doesn't work. So take that into consideration when you're crafting Darklords. Otherwise, it's a very fun deck and it's decent because you get forbidden droplets on the way. But going into the actual good version of the deck, Despia Darklords, which is actually good, very consistent. So this replay is the Darklord's Despia replay. It just kind of shows you how the synergy works, where you keep these fairies keep on recycling to make a fusion monster with the branded theater, and how the engine feels really, really strong in that sense. And also it just helps in general that you just have big monsters, and these things are fairies, meaning you can get out the Darklords very, very easily, and the Darklords will help it to special summon more stuff back onto the field, and also and then you can make another Darklord, and the Darklords will protect things from targeting, which is amazing. So here we get the Despia combo where we normal summon one guy, we get this guy, we get a Coratus, and we get to special summon the Dramaturge back, which is one of its effects. And yeah, this is my end board, just casually, just loads of attack, although it does minimal damage, and there's a few negates in here. There's a few negates, but it does minimal damage, which is the problem. He goes into DPE, really good card. This card, I underestimated this card because I'm new to YuGiOh. This card is actually very, very strong. This card can literally solo a board. The thing about this card is it destroys a card, and then it can battle a card, so it kills 2 cards a turn, because it just lowers the attack of everything, and you need 3,000 attack monsters to get over DPE, which is very, very annoying for some reason. Here we just chain this guy to drop on a special summon. When this guy when a link, a link synchro exceed monster special summon, you can target it and negate its effect, which is very handy. But every time we kill the DPE, we can hit him for a big amount of damage, big amounts of damage. And we go into the Darklord. Oh no, we don't. We go for this guy, which counters DPE. This guy counters DPE. This rare level 11 Despian card counters DPE because you can banish it or special summon it onto your field, which is interesting. More DPEs, because I am also running DPE, but I just didn't get a Fusion Destiny card. And I'm also playing this in the Fusion Festival, so I can't add a conduit for it. But this guy just keeps on coming back every time you fusion someone, which is crazy. And this game should be more or less over. But as you can see, this is the power of the Despia Darklord. You can keep on cycling through these cards. I didn't show off the power of the first Darklord with this deck, but you can see the utility of the extra deck of the Despia extra deck and the Fallen Albaz extra deck. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of this, please let me know, and I'll, throughout the week, maybe I'll post some more live duels of this deck.